Hello first grade, Miss Hershey back at it again with our trimester 2 third project. It's going to be another drawing and painting project, and we are going to review our secondary colors. So we have already learned our primary colors and our secondary colors and our color wheel. Last week we reviewed our primary colors while we made a scarecrow. This week we are going to review our secondary colors while we make a frog. So you are once again going to need something to trace, a circle template. This is a great time to use a can lid, like from a hairspray or a cooking spray, something like that. I would say maybe a spray paint can would be okay for this one. I have this can here that's actually right about the perfect size. So yeah, I think a bigger circle would be good today. You are also going to need your Sharpie, your secondary colored crayons, your watercolor, and your water cup. That's everything you're going to need to get together. So once you get that together and you're ready, go ahead and continue on with the video. I'm going to start with my circle. My paper is short and fat landscape style. This is my thick painting paper. So it's short and fat. We call that landscape style. We haven't done anything landscape style yet. I'm going to, sort of the upper part of my page, I'm going to trace two big circles. So here's one, and next to it is number 2. And that's going to be our frog's eyes. Now, if you have something smaller to trace, like a quarter, that might be good. We're going to do his pupils. So I'm going to line this up so that it's at the bottom of my big circle, and I'm going to trace it to make his pupils in his eyes. And I'm going to go ahead and color that black with my Sharpie, and take your time. Best coloring, no rush. If I finish before you, you just pause me and you work at your own pace. That is the best part about doing virtual art. Also, I color a little faster than if I had a classroom full of people here watching me. And I made a little mistake on my eye. It happens. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes, even me. Nobody's frog is going to be perfect, but everyone's frog is going to be super cute. All right, my eyes are done. If you're ready for your eyes, we're going to move on and we're going to do the next part. So the next part of our frog is his nostrils. That's his nose where he breathes. We have 2 nostrils and so do frogs. We're going to do, it's going to look like a little watermelon seed. And we're going to do 2 little watermelon seeds right next to each other. They should be about the same size. And we'll color those black. Okay? Now, between his eyes, we're going to do sort of a frown shape, but not too much of a frown. Kind of more like a meh face, like meh, I'm all right. Now, this is going to be the hard part. We're going to do this part of his head that comes around his eyes. So we're going to go from here down. So up and around and down. And up and around and down. And you want them to be pretty similar. They don't have to match exactly, but you want them to be pretty close. Even people's faces aren't exactly the same on both sides. They're pretty close though. Now I've got to do his little froggy mouth. So over here I'm going to make his dimples. That's the side of his smile. Give him 2 dimples. And a little frog smile. He's a happy frog. Okay? Now we're going to do the rest of his head. So we're going to come down around his mouth, across, and back up to the rest of his face. So I'm going to go around, across, and up and in. And there's my frog's head. And he's a happy little frog. I kind of like him. Now he needs his shoulders. We can't see his whole body just like our scarecrow. So we're just going to do his little frog shoulders. We're going to do 1, 2 for his little frog body. If you really want to, you could do 2 little lines, just kind of showing where his legs would be. We need to add a couple more things to our little frog, and then we're done. He's going to be a spotted frog. So I'm going to put some spots on him that we can color in a minute. Maybe like 1 or 2 down here. 2, let's do 1 more. Okay, we are done with our frog. Look at that. Now we have to color him. So go ahead, put your lid on your Sharpie, make sure it's on all the way, and set it aside. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our frog's spots. Purple, secondary color purple. I've never seen a purple spotted frog, but that doesn't mean there aren't any out there. Do purple spots on our frog. Color those in nice and dark, okay? Nice and dark. Remember, purple is a secondary color and it's made by mixing red and blue together. This is our secondary color review here, so we're going to talk a little bit about color theory. Red and blue make purple. Okay? The other thing is if you want to add a little purple to your background, you can. Maybe I'll do some swirls. Maybe some little dots. Just to liven up this background. Maybe he's at some kind of party and there's confetti or something. I don't know where he is. Frog party, I guess. Okay? We are going to color our background orange. Just like with the scarecrow, it doesn't have to be a lot of orange, just a little bit. Light coat, kind of going edge to edge. You can skip some spots if you want. Oops, I got a little on my frog's eye. Mistakes happen to everybody. And a little orange in my background just for that resist effect that I like so much. And then our frog is going to be green. So we're going to color not his whole body green, just parts. We're going to do kind of under his chin. And I'm doing kind of medium pressure. And then I'm going to lighten it up as I go. See if you can lighten it up. So medium to light. And see how it gets dark to light? And we're going to do that over here too. Medium to light. Medium to light. And we're going to keep doing that. And over here I'm going to do medium to light coming in. Okay, and medium to light coming in from the sides. So you might need to rewind that and watch that again because that's a hard one. That's his little frog body, and that just kind of gives him like a shadow under his chin. And then what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of over here, kind of around the edge of his face. I'm going to do medium. I'm going to fade it out to light. So medium to light. I'm not even going to bother doing his whole face. I'm just going to do a little bit. So we're going to go medium, kind of around his side of his face. And then we're just going to go to light to his eye and up his face and light to his eye. Okay. And then we'll do the top of his head medium. We're going to get lighter. Down close to his nostrils. So medium, lighter down close to his nostrils. We'll go light that way and light that way. Okay, so that is our frog coloring. So you can put your crayons away because we're ready to paint. You'll need your watercolor paints and your water cup. I'm going to use my big brush, which I've used for every painting we've done, and I'm going to start with my green. And for the frog, we're going to paint everything green, even his purple spots. We're going to paint right over with our secondary color green. So remember, green is a secondary color because it can be made using two primary colors. And those two primary colors are yellow and blue. You mix them together equally and you get a nice bright green. If you do more yellow than blue, you get a lime green. And if you do more blue than yellow, you get sort of a turquoise or a teal color. And we'll experiment with some color mixing later on. So I'm just go across his chin now. I'm carefully filling in his whole face. You can see how that crayon is making him look a little shadowy in some spots, which is just what we were looking for. Okay, and do his little body green too. If you've ever seen a frog, their face sits out over their chest. So he would have a little shadow on his chest. So that's why we did that darker. Okay. So the other thing we really have to do is our background, which is orange. And you can actually do your background orange or purple. I'll do both so you guys can see what it would look like. So I'll do this half purple. So there's the purple with the orange crayon peeking through so you can see it. Right up against my frog very carefully. My long brush strokes. You can see I try to go the whole length of my paper. Okay, so that's what purple would look like on top of our orange crayon. I'm not mixing very quietly because I have other brushes in here. There we go. And then I'll show you what orange would look like. And you can pick one background. You can pick orange or purple. Or if you want to do a split background like me, you can do that. But if you don't like purple, you can just do orange. And this is what my orange background would look like. I kind of like the split background. Definitely makes him look like he's at a frog party. And if you follow college football at all, looks like he's at a Clemson party. Our orange and purple. Miss Hershey is from South Carolina, and that is where Clemson is. Okay, so that's our frog and our review of our secondary colors, our orange, green, and purple. We talked about how to make them all. We've got blue and red make purple, blue and yellow make green, and red and yellow make orange. We drew a really cute frog. This is a great little project. Once it's dry, have your parents help you take a picture and send it to Miss Hershey in Schoology, and then hang your frog up somewhere in your house. Bye, first grade.